Happened to spot a certain thief scamper up the wall behind me to escape that Lion Guard captain. Course you did. A skeever can always sniff out another skeever. If you're in the business of risk and reward, I've got a proposition for you. Yep, skeever. As in a sharp cutter with a nose for opportunity. That thief was Quen. She needs help with a caper. Preferably from a stranger in town. Someone not concerned about breaking a few of the king's laws. You interested? First, throw that Lion Guard off Quen's trail. Then go talk to her about the caper. It involves a rare and valuable item in a rich lord's estate. Naturally, you'll get a cut. But she plans to use it to form the local gangs into a new Thieves Guild. One step at a time. Get rid of Captain Sansonne over there. Tell him you saw the thief he was chasing head out of town. Then go meet up with Quen at the Rosy Lion Inn. Tell her Nivo sent you, and she'll fill you in on what comes next. Not my caper cutter. You want details? Go talk to Quen. She paid me to find her some talent to work with. What happens after that is no concern of mine. Just in case the city guard asks. She's new in town. Arrived on a ship from Abba's landing a few weeks back. I hear she's high up in the Thieves Guild there, and came to lend our local gangs a hand. Anyway, Quen cleverly hired me to keep her informed. And she pays well. Quen must have powerful enemies back in Hugh's Bane. Someone drew up a royal warrant for her arrest, and sent copies throughout the Covenant. Captain Sansonne's a diligent sort, so he's been watching for her. Just bad luck he spotted her, I guess. Me? No, they call me Skeever, but I don't do capers. And I avoid the law, especially Captain Sansonne, who knows me well. I deal in information. If it happens in Daggerfall, I hear all about it, and I pass it to my friends, for a small fee. Why should I? Skeevers are clever, resourceful, quick to sniff out opportunity, and they're everywhere. They get fat on what the fine people of society throw away. I admire them, Cutter. No shame in that.
You there? Did you see a dark-haired high elf woman run by? She's a dangerous fugitive and must be apprehended. I'm tracking Queneth, a thief from Abba's Landing. Also goes by the name of Quen. King Casimir issued a royal warrant for her arrest, for crimes against the kingdom and the Covenant. That's enough for me. Quickly now, which way did she go? Damn. Of course she'd flee the city, now that she realizes Captain Sansonne of the Lion Guard is after her. You have my thanks, citizen, and the thanks of the Crown as well. She can't be far. I'll get her this time.
Well done, Cutter. Quen's waiting at the Rosy Lion, so get moving.
The Crestshade refugees are safe, and Captain Genevieve survived the battle. You had something to do with that, didn't you?
If your information's correct, we have to move quickly.
Cozy little home.
I agree.
This is a private conversation, stranger. Whatever it is you think you heard, forget it and be on your way. You got rid of Captain Sansonne? Oh, that changes things. And Nivo has an eye for talent. Basil here just told me our Mark plans to sell the object of our attention, so we need to move fast. How do you feel about breaking into Yvierry Estate? A rather old book, the Codex Voernet. It's said to hold the secret of Sage Voernet's legendary repository, the Nowhere Vault. Lord Yvierry recently acquired the tome and keeps it locked in his strong room. I want to get my hands on that book. Can't get the one without the other. But it's not for me. It's to unite the thieves of Daggerfall. They've been forced together by the threat of a powerful cartel. But bickering and distrust holds them back. The Nowhere Vault can change that. Go upstairs and retrieve the estate map left for me in a jewelry box. I'd go myself, but someone rented the room. And thanks to Sansonne, the less attention I draw right now, the better. Then meet me at Yvierry Estate, on the north side of the city. Basil sent word to the Thieves Guild in a bar's landing, looking for advice on how to form a guild here in Glenumbra. I was dispatched to help the 3 Daggerfall gangs set aside their differences and work together. So far, it's not going that well. Since the rise of the Koldane Cartel, definitely. Part mercantile guild, part criminal syndicate, they're intent on crushing smaller gangs. If we can't help Daggerfall's thieves stand together, I fear they'll fall to the cartel. A bar's landing could use allies in High Rock. When our people need to lay low, they could hide here. When we have goods too well known to fence back home, we could sell them here. Naturally, we'd do the same for Daggerfall's thieves. It's a win-win. That's a good question. The Lion Guard generally leaves thieves like me to the city guards, but Captain Sansonne is relentless. Apparently he received a warrant for my arrest for crimes against the realm. Serious enough. It means the warrant has the royal stamp of approval. Seems a message from a bar's landing reached King Casimir soon after I arrived here, and he signed for my arrest. Obviously, it's some sort of mistake. Not while I still have work to do. I can't afford to spend months in a cell while some magistrate tries to determine my innocence. And if it's not a mistake, if someone has plotted against me, I might never leave that cell. There are risks, to be sure. However, I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't propose a job if I wasn't certain we could pull it off. I'm Quenith, by the way. My friends call me Quen. It wasn't something I dreamed about. I was happy at the academy, but then my father disappeared. I thought he was a traveling merchant. When I looked into it, I discovered he was a thief, and I had to become a thief to find him. His trail led to a bar's landing. I learned my father had another life there, but he died months before I arrived. So, I found a place in the Thieves Guild of the city. Turns out, I take after him. I'm a very good thief.
I've got what you need.
For King Casimir! For Daggerfall!
Over here! This is the... You got the map? It's amazing what a few coins slipped to the right servant can buy. Let's have a look. Ah, the larder. That's our way in. And hopefully the first step in bringing Daggerfall's gangs together as a proper Thieves Guild. Celine Menant controls House Menant. Her people are burglars and swindlers. Edwayne's street hawks consist of footpads and pickpockets working the streets of Daggerfall, while Abrasia's roadsworn conduct highway robberies of caravans and travelers. That's still an open question. Basil, who ran House Menant before turning it over to his daughter, petitioned my guild for assistance. The three gangs are trying to resist the more aggressive Koldane Cartel, but the leaders don't get along. That's my plan in a nutshell. Now pick the lock while I keep watch. Then we sneak to the larder door on the south corner of the house and slip inside. Lord Yvierry keeps his rarest tomes in the house's strong room. That's where we'll find the Codex. Don't forget the part where we slip away with no one the wiser. Avoid bloodshed and don't draw attention to yourself. We don't want the city guard or Captain Sansonne looking to pin a murder on me when we're done here. Good going. Now let's get in there. Meet you at the larder door. Just avoid the sentries. We don't want to kill anyone. Who locks a servant's door anyway? Never mind, I've got it. So far, so good. Excellent. No servants in sight. Time to... Wait! Get down!
Bridget says the Major Domo has one key to the strong room. The other's in Yvierry's nightstand.
I'll get it. His room's in the North Hall, right? Any valuables I pass along the way, I'm helping myself.
Whatever. Bridget said what's in the strong room is all that matters. So let's get that key.
Koldane Cartel thugs? What are they doing here? We need to rethink things. I wasn't expecting to find the Koldane Cartel prowling the estate. Oh, Basil said Lord Yvierry had a new buyer. But I didn't think it would be these ruffians. I can't believe they're after the Codex too. One and the same. They claim to be a mercantile guild, but they're just violent thugs bent on dominating High Rock's criminal underworld. The thieves we're helping are the only ones still willing to stand up to the cartel. Doesn't matter. They're after the keys to the Strongroom. We need to get them first. I'll find the Major Domo's key. You get the one in the Lord's bedchamber. We'll meet at the Strongroom, which the map indicates is upstairs by the banquet hall. Yes, only kill if you must. I'd rather let the cartel take the Codex, then steal it back from them later. They have a way of sniffing out anyone who crosses them. Let's try to keep them and Lord Yvierry in the dark about our involvement here. Get the key from the bedchamber, then meet me by the banquet hall upstairs.
More as many tentacles! More as twitching tentacles! I'm glad that's done!
Bridget said no Yvierry survivors. Kill them all.
An intruder! Help! Oh, help!
trespasser!
Mother Mara, I hope my husband knows what he's doing. Koldane's brutes are simply awful.
There you are. Come on, it's this way. Two locks. Clever. We need to turn our keys at the same time. As the Britons say, voila, we're in. Look for the Codex, and anything else that catches your eye. I want to make sure that's all we need. Looks intriguing. Hang on to it so we can show Basil later. You found the Codex? Great! That's everything. Let's talk. You found the Codex Voernet and an amulet? Huh. Prowler's Talisman. Name's engraved right on it. Not sure what this Prowler's Talisman does, but maybe Basil has some idea. I did find papers related to the Codex, though. An heirloom that's a key. Interesting. And why is Lord Yvierry keeping it in the bank instead of this strong room? Looking at the Codex, I can't read a word of it. I hope Basil can help us decipher it. Lord Yvierry couldn't read a word of the Codex either. In the notes I found, he speculated that it's magically encrypted. He planned to ask the Mages Guild about some new research that might help decipher it. Time to go. Here, let me have the Codex. You did a good job staying out of sight, but those cartel thugs we saw could arrive at any moment. Let's take a different route out of the estate. The map shows a side passage leading from this room. We should be able to stay out of sight, but mind your step anyway. You may have noticed, Lord Yvierry has several valuable pieces on display. Feel free to grab something on the way out. This way. I don't want those cartel thugs to find us here. Excellent. The passage should keep us hidden from...
I'll be damned if I'm going to give Koldane the Codex now. I'm done with your cartel.
Let's see what's going on.
Now, Lord Yvierry. The cartel's here to protect you. No need to get angry.
My estate is crawling with your thugs. Someone stole a key from my major domo. We're finished here.
No one walks away from a deal with Gavin Koldane and lives, my lord.
The cartel's not playing around. Time for us to leave. Meet me at the Thieves' Den in the Daggerfall Outlaws' Refuge. I can't leave this. But we need to go. Grab anything not bolted down and run for it, before they catch us.
You sneak, and I'll take those pretty trinkets too. Perfect. We'll tell the city guards we found Lord Yvierry's killer.
Yes, sir, Fan. They're tied up tight. Huh? What was that?
I'll untie you. One moment. Half of Daggerfall's looking for Quen. That should do it. Now, head to the Thieves' Den. Quen will want a full report.
They want to fight, do they?
Your nose where it don't belong, sneak. Pay for this. The cartel will see to that.
Perhaps we can complete a writ or two on our downtime, hmm?
That was an exit. Quen said you might come this way. Keep going, Cutter. I'll make sure you aren't followed. Quen's waiting for you back at the Thieves' Den. You'll find it in the Outlaw's Refuge. If you don't know your way around Daggerfall, there's an entrance just outside the city's east gate. Quen asked me to watch the estate. Make sure you made a clean escape and misdirect any pursuit away from the Thieves' Den. You'll be happy to know you're halfway to Rivenspire already. What was all that racket inside? cartel. Those thugs are nothing but trouble. How much you want to wager they're already blaming some bloody hunted housebreakers for the Lord's death? Get to the Thieves' Den, and stay out of sight. I'll cover your tracks. Hold still. Stop weaving.
By Moloch, what now?
You, over here.
The Codex Voernet. I knew Father's inquiries would pay off.
All I see are pages covered in gibberish. What good is a book we can't read?
Edwayne's using his head for once. Old stories don't fill my coin purse. We need to take down the cartel.
I'm telling you, this changes everything. Ah, Quen's accomplice is back. Might I have a word? I apologize for intruding back there. I'm sure you would have found your way out of that predicament without my assistance. Still, I was in position to lend a helping hand, so I did. A simple precaution, you must understand. As I only just met you, and I'm still evaluating Quen, it only seemed prudent. Now that I'm retired, I do my best to find ways to be useful. That was in my own self-interest. No doubt the cartel planned to bleed you for information before they let the city guard find you. The less Koldane's thugs know about me, the better. Now, Quen says you found an amulet. May I see it? Why, this is the Prowler's talisman. There's a story about a thief who found this in the Nowhere Vault, but what became of it remained a mystery. Well, until now. Hang on to it, friend. It could prove useful, if the stories are to be believed. It's said to aid thieves in some way, and that it can be made more powerful. I know someone who specializes in such trinkets. I'll send for them, and they can tell us more. I have no idea how Yvierry got his hands on it, but it's yours now.
Well, we've got the Codex. If we can figure out how to use it. Let's talk, partner. Welcome to our Thieves' Den, partner. I filled the Daggerfall gang leaders in on our work at the estate, and the trouble with the Koldane Cartel. As expected, none of us are happy to learn that they're interested in the Codex too. Indeed, good thieves, all of them, but they still don't completely trust each other, and they aren't totally sure about me. I'll introduce you to them soon enough. What happened after we split up? Sorry to hear that. Her thief's work always gets more complicated when violence becomes necessary. I was fortunate enough to slip away without running into any trouble. Still, I'm glad you made it out of the estate. How did you manage it? Basil told me he found you in a situation. Don't worry, he didn't mention it to anyone else. Luckily, I grabbed a few things on the way out, and you're entitled to a share. But yet, we got the Codex. This partnership is off to a great start. Exactly! You and me, two outsiders, working to turn 3 rival gangs into a proper Thieves Guild? Retrieving the Codex Voernet was just the first step in my plan. And we did it right under the nose of the Koldane Cartel. Good work, partner. The threat of the Koldane Cartel forced the Daggerfall gangs together, but it's a brittle alliance. To convince them to form a proper Thieves Guild, we stole the Codex Voernet. But before we can see where it leads, we have a puzzle to solve. 3 puzzles, in fact. What research did Lord Yvierry want from the Mages Guild? Is that our only way to decipher the Codex? And how does the key stored in the Bank of Daggerfall fit in? Add to that the Koldane Cartel, and it's a lot to deal with. Talk to the gang leaders, Celine, Edwayne, and Abrasia. Engage them with tasks to invest them in our puzzles. They don't trust each other, and they don't trust me. But you're new. Yvierry Estate showed me you have potential. What do you say? To find the Nowhere Vault, we need to decipher the Codex. So, get Edwayne to help with the Mages Guild, Celine to assist at the bank, and Abrasia to figure out the cartel's role in all this. Also, I brought in job brokers, in case you want more to do. I leave that to you. Abrasia can be impatient, so I wouldn't keep her waiting too long. On the other hand, we don't know much about the research Lord Yvierry wanted from the Mages Guild. It could be another book, or a visiting scholar about to leave. Things can sit in a bank forever. Still, Lord Yvierry's heirs now own this key or heirloom he left in the bank. If the Koldane Cartel gets to them, we might lose it. All 3 jobs seem urgent to me, so pick one to start and do your best. They don't agree on anything. Oh, Edwayne and Celine agree Abrasia is a violent thug, while Abrasia and Edwayne see Celine as a spoiled dilettante. But that's not very helpful for finding common ground. Which leader do you want to ask about? Don't let the fine clothes and graceful manners fool you. Celine is a very capable burglar. She studies her marks with care, devising clever ways to slip into a noble's vault or mingle with wealthy guests. No one ever realizes she's a thief. It's true that Edwayne and Abrasia lead larger gangs, but Basil, and now Celine, have built House Menant into an efficient criminal operation nestled within Daggerfall's elite society. They're experts at retrieving high-value hauls. Abrasia's a wild one. She's a notorious highway robber who leads a gang called the Roadsworn. They plunder caravans and raid trading posts, taking what they want at sword point. It's reckless, but Abrasia makes it seem romantic. Abrasia doesn't bother to steal from the common folk, and she doesn't hurt anyone who isn't trying to hurt her. But yes, she's left plenty of caravan guards dead in the road. Abrasia laughs at danger and lives loud. Her Roadsworn love her for it. Abrasia and her Roadsworn were the first gang to attract the attention of the Koldane Cartel. Most likely because of her interest in caravans and trading posts. She's hurt the cartel's legitimate mercantile businesses, such as they are. I have no preference. Basil reached out and I'm just here to help. That's why I want to see how they cooperate when given a common goal. They need to decide for themselves which vision is ultimately best for the guild. That's not up to me.
I couldn't help over here. It's one of my talents. I'm not sure if I'll ever see eye to eye with the Menants or the Roadsworn, but that's not on you. I am interested in what Quen was saying about research from the Mages Guild, though. Well, that certainly goes along with some information that recently came to my attention. I got word that a Telvanni emissary arrived in Daggerfall with papers to add to the guild's archives. Papers about Sage Voernet. Intriguing, isn't it? Hasn't Quen told you? I have friends all over this town. No one looks twice at beggars or street sweepers, yet they see and hear everything. And mages do like to talk. But stealing from the Mages Guild Hall can be tricky. They have magic, you know. Simple. We pickpocket it. It's easier to lift a parcel from whoever's carrying it before Master Gaillard locks it up in the archives. Let me know when you're ready, or if there's something you need to do first. I'll meet you at the Mages Guild.
Quen's onto something, daughter. The Nowhere Vault is exactly the job this Thieves Guild needs.
We're hardly a Thieves Guild, Father. At least not yet. But I agree. The Nowhere Vault is too tempting a target to ignore. Ah, Quen's partner. Truly a pleasure. I understand you already met my father, Basil. Is there something I or House Menant can help you with? Indeed. One wonders if Lord Yvierry sent this key to the bank specifically so the Koldane Cartel wouldn't find it in his manor when they came to call. If so, we should stroll over and retrieve it. You can go anywhere you like if you appear to belong there, and perhaps arrange a distraction. A keen ear for gossip, some light words, or a little kindness to the right people can take you far. Of course, somnol powder helps. Here, a packet of somnol powder. Toss it near an inconvenient guard or nosy witness, and they briefly fall asleep on their feet. Very useful for slipping by someone without fuss or bloodshed. Do you want me to give you a demonstration? See the dummy there? Try tossing the powder at its feet. Go ahead, toss the powder at the dummy. Obviously, you won't see it react with dizziness or confusion, but you can get a sense of how far you can throw the powder packet and the size of the cloud it produces. Go ahead, toss the powder at the dummy.
So, you got into it with the Koldane Cartel? About time somebody did. They're going to kill us all if we don't do something about them. Which is the only reason I'm even talking to the Menants and the Street Hawks. What happened on Quen's job? Obviously, they somehow got word we were after the Nowhere Vault and decided to swoop in. But Quen's right. We need more information. And I know where to begin. The Red Rook Bandits at Illisan Tower. We can dig up some answers there. The Red Rooks work for the cartel. Besides, Koldane hides its criminal activity so the cartel appears legitimate. Mercenaries and vassal gangs do all the dirty work. Around Daggerfall, that's the Red Rooks and their chief, Dremic. My road sworn have taken the brunt of the cartel's abuse, and some of them are former Red Rooks. Koldane sends written orders to Dremic, so we go pay him a visit. Or, meet me in the dungeon under the tower if you have something else to do first.
Go ahead, toss the powder at... Go ahead, toss... Go ahead, toss the powder at the dummy. Obviously, you won't see it react with dizziness or confusion, but you can get a sense of how far you can throw the powder packet and the size of the cloud it produces. Go ahead. Go ahead, toss the powder. Excellent! I'd say you've got the hang of it. As you can see, throwing a packet of somnol powder is easier than tossing a dagger, and far less bloody. No permanent injuries. We may find it useful for our work at the bank today. Certainly. You'll learn to determine when somnol powder will be useful. I hear vendors in the Thieves' Den plan to sell it soon, but I'll replenish your stock as needed when we meet at the bank. Remember, we want to avoid regrettable occurrences, The best way is to stage a distraction, of course. My father and I will take care of that. We can provide you with the opportunity you'll need to withdraw Lord Yvierry's valuables without anyone being the wiser. Shall we be on our way? Excellent. Meet me in the Bank of Daggerfall. I shall be waiting by the hearth. And do try not to look shifty, my dear. Confidence is key. Off to work, then. We will see you at the bank.
Mr. Merrick, where are you?
There's an urgent task for you.
I fear the criminal Quenneth remains at large, Lady Celine. But you can be sure I will find her. Good day.
Captain Sansonne is very determined. Oh, over here, my dear. Quen's going to lead the law to our doorstep if she's not careful. Well, let's get to work. I chatted with the manager. Lord Yvierry's key is in the vault below, while his debt bond contracts are in 2 safe boxes upstairs. We should retrieve both. We came here to get that key, assuming it has some connection to the Codex. But I think we should retrieve those debt bond contracts first. I leave that to you. My father and I will provide a distraction. Here, lockpicks for the safe boxes. To hold someone's debt puts you in a powerful position. Yvierry's contract could blackmail or ruin a lot of people. I don't want the Koldane Cartel to claim them. While you get the contracts, I'll see about getting us into the vault. I know of a hidden access in a disused passage below. Which reminds me, you need to avoid violence. Use the somnol powder I gave you if you run into trouble. Retrieve the contracts, then meet me downstairs. Now, be ready to make your move. Oh, Eliza! First that horrible tragedy at Yvierry Estate, and now a criminal at large?
It's terrible. I'm glad Captain Sansonne is looking into it personally.
Indeed. I have the utmost confidence in the Lion Guard.
The captain is... Oh,
Oh no! Father!
Halt, intruder! You don't believe... That's it!
Laura's
Out with
twitching
you!
tentacles. I'm glad that's done.
intruder! You don't belong here. That's it, out with you! That's halt, intruder! You don't... Halt, intruder! That's it! You don't belong here.
Let's get you some fresh air.
Coin, plunder, commerce.
That's it! Out with you!
There you are. Let me open this locking mechanism. Almost got it. Ah! There's a spring I need to hold open. There! Get the key, and only the key, please. We don't want anyone to know we were here. Sorry, I had to let the door close behind you. Look around. Lord Yvierry's key should stand out.
Celine! Celine, my dear! Are you down here? I think some fresh air has your father feeling much better. Celine!
did I forget to mention that secret exit? Never quite found a need to use it until now.
Keeping secrets from your father? Good for you! I wondered why you told me to meet you here.
Isn't Father a wonderful actor? Just goes to prove that the simplest diversions work best. I assume you retrieved Lord Yvierry's key and the debt bond contracts? A rather curious-looking key. What door does it open? Perhaps the answer lies in the Codex Voernet, provided we can ever read it. Now, I confess I left both tasks in your hands to gauge your skill for myself. Did you run into any trouble? Well done. I know a job never goes perfectly, but thieves do better when they leave mysteries instead of bounties in their wake. Let the authorities wonder how it was done, assuming they even noticed the crime. Anyway, what's your next task? Ah, yes. She told Quen earlier that she thought she could get some answers from the Red Rooks at Ilisan Tower. Be careful, my dear. Abrasia rarely worries about avoiding bloodshed. I'll return to the den and keep this key safe for now. My father will take great pleasure in destroying those debt bond contracts, but this key is clearly worth keeping. I'm still unsure about forming a guild with the other gangs, as our animosity runs deep. But Quen's heist has sparked my imagination. Have you met Abrasia? That woman is the very embodiment of contrariness. Yet I understand she came from circumstances very different from my own. She has made something of herself, in her own way. I just think she could be more. Abrasia has the wits and ambition to succeed in anything she chooses to do. And Wayne, too. They don't have to settle for being street thieves and robbers. My father obviously approves of this notion of forming a Thieves Guild, but I'm not convinced. As an idea, nothing. As a reality, is the threat of the cartel enough to truly bind our three rival gangs together? And what do Quen and her superiors in Abba's Landing get out of all this? Until my suspicions are allayed, I remain skeptical. I should think the answer is obvious. I followed my father into the family business. There was a time when House Menant was on the verge of ruin. My grandfather gambled away his inheritance. My father had to find a way to get it back. While we are no longer impoverished, I have learned that with my particular skill set, I can do some good in this world. Return lost valuables to their proper owners. Rescue items of beauty from those who would hoard and hide them away. Not always. Sometimes I pilfer a jewel that catches my eye. But I spend as much time finding lost treasures no one owns as I do stealing jewels from lords and merchants. And I steal from no one who doesn't deserve to part with a little wealth.
With the Great Shackle destroyed,
Planning to
it has
improve
the
your
plain
equipment
meld
while you're
installed.
here? Smart. Always nice to discover a new smell, I suppose.
a young man.
You made it. Let's talk about the plan. Welcome to Illisan Tower's dungeon. If someone tried to stab you on the way in, that's normal. This place has been a Red Rook hideout for as long as anyone can remember. I've had a scrap or two here myself. Ready to cause some trouble? This door leads to the lower dungeon. We go in and make our way to Dremic's quarters. Up some stairs in the eastern passage. Grab any cartel correspondence we find. Gavin Koldane loves telling pissants like Dremic what to do, in writing. Here, I wrote some fake notes for Dremic's Red Rook rivals. Hints of mutiny to sow a little chaos. Plant these in likely spots. I could do it myself, but I'm giving you a chance to impress me. And I expect you to move fast. On jobs like this, the goal is to grab as much loot, or in this case, plant as many notes as possible before people catch on. Each time someone spots you, time gets shorter. So don't get spotted, outlaw. Here's your test. Time's running out. You don't fail if you take too long, but I'll be disappointed.
Being a dog person myself, let alone wolves.
That note should start some trouble. 2 more to go.
And now, adventure!
Damn near stepped in a bear trap.
Dremic! You're the best the Red Rook's got? Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots. That's it. Grab the correspondence and meet me outside.
Remic catch you see. He checks.
One more note to plan. Don't disappoint me now. That's about half how long I expect this to take, so you still have a chance to impress me.
Being a dog person myself, let alone wolves.
Those notes ought to ruffle some feathers. Let's go. Meet me outside the city gate. I love the sound of a ruckus. Not bad, Outlaw. You got the job done, and you didn't get either of us captured or killed. You might just work out. Now, let's have a look at that cartel correspondence you picked up. What do you make of it? Ah, damn it. The cartel was a problem before, but this puts us in direct competition. Koldane writes that one of his chiefs got picked up by the Lion Guard. Huh, this cogwin might be worth looking into. Anyway, want to know how you did on my test? Quite well. Not that I was going to hold it against you if you came up a bit short. It isn't easy to be fast and stealthy at the same time, but there's nothing like the thrill of a job well done. Anyway, where are you going next? Thought so. You and Quen were talking about that when you got back from the Yvierry Estate. Well, have fun. Edwaine's got the lightest fingers in Daggerfall, but you'll die of old age waiting for him to decide if a job's worth the risk. Walk proud, outlaw. I don't understand how Quen thinks she can make a sharp guild of dull knives like Edwaine and Celine, but she knew what she was doing when she picked you to help us. We were literally rivals yesterday, and today we're trying to work together? It's not natural. And I don't know if this is the best fit for me or my road sworn. But to answer your question, Edwaine and Celine are soft. They lack, ambition. Nerve, daring, swagger, call it what you will. With the Street Hawks, the Menants, I guess, and my road sworn together, we could be the Lords of High Rock. Take what we want and spit in the world's eye. That would be my kind of guild. Just that my idea of a guild and what the other gang leaders think, I'm not sure they line up. And Quen, we're just supposed to trust a thief we don't know from a place I've never been to? No, there are too many unanswered questions for my liking. That's a pretty personal question, outlaw. I don't know if you've earned an honest answer from me yet. Let's just say I had a rough start. I learned early on that no one was going to give me anything. I'd have to take it. I don't give it a second thought. I go where I want. I drink and laugh and carouse when I feel like it, and I bend the knee to no one. Not Koldane, not some king or emperor. No one. The world owes me. Until the day I die, I'm going to make it pay.
If you have anything suspicious to report, talk to Captain...
Right here, friend. I've been waiting for you. This might be tricky. There are a lot of people around, and the city guards are on edge after Lord Yvierry's murder. On the bright side, I've been watching for a bit, and I know what we need to do. Mostly. As I told you in the den, a Telvanni emissary arrived to present research papers to Master Bouillard. The two of them are talking just up the path. We need to move them someplace where we can listen in. My friend here should be able to help. Carso is a great thief. Here, give him a treat and he'll provide a distraction. Some fake coins can do the same for bystanders too. Once we get our marks into position, we'll listen in. One of those mages should have the papers we want. Not sure. That's why we need to eavesdrop and find out who's carrying the notes. Pickpocketing requires observation and patience. I'll pull you out if things go awry, but I'm going to let you take the lead. I want to see how you handle it. Let's just take things one step at a time. First, we use distractions to maneuver those two mages over there into a place where we can listen in without them noticing. Think of it as staging a play. We need to place the actors so the scene goes just the way we want it to. Our tools are distraction and misdirection. First, we move that small crowd there. That's a job for Carso. I expect our mages to naturally distance themselves from the crowd, but we don't want them to go too far. We'll use those shiny coins to keep them from continuing down the street. And then I'll nudge them into just the right spot. Be my guest. If you can walk up on the two of them in the open like that, you're a better thief than I am. Otherwise, I advise patience. You'll make us both look like fools if you get caught with your hand in a pocket. There's a basket by the tree up the path. Let's get the mages... too many people around. But Carso can distract them.
I'm glad I ran into you. What are you wearing to the party?
Oh, hey there, fellow. You want to play?
Maybe I could keep him.
If that drunkard obstructs the street, See? Crowds love a merry dog. Good. People avoid others making fools of themselves.
Now that's a lot of coin. Someone ought to pick it up.
All right, I'm on my... I don't feel so good. Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Let's find somewhere more private to speak.
Why is your mysterious patron interested in Sage Voernet anyway?
I never got the chance to ask. Lord Yvierry was murdered during a burglary.
That's terrible. And ironic. The papers were sitting in a guild library for ages.
Rosen will find a place for them in our repository.
Did you find out? I couldn't quite make out what they were saying from here. Did they mention anything about the research notes we're supposed to steal? Ah, Rosen is Guyard's assistant. She'll be downstairs in the restricted part of the guild hall. There probably won't be many people around. I once went down there with an initiate and, well, never mind. Head down to the guild repository and lift the research note from Rosen. Try not to get caught, but I'll do what I can to provide some cover if you need it. I'll be waiting out front when you're done.
You're in trouble now. Should have left
You
when you
cannot
had
break
the
the law
chance.
without consequences. Laws aren't made to be broken, as you'll soon see.
However minor the crime, I cannot look the other way.
You can't do that. It's against the law.
doesn't belong to you.
A very foolish move, if you ask me. Call the guard!
Dear, I'm always misplacing
You'll pay the
things.
bounty for that. You certainly will.
The guards will want to speak with you about that. Finest quality merchandise.
You're back. Are we done here? No cries of outrage, no angry guards. Things must have gone well. I'd say you have a promising future in property redistribution. So what do we have there? No clue what this arcane dissertation is supposed to tell us about Quen's book, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, looks like we got what we came for. I admit, I wasn't sure about you. Nice work. That won't be necessary. Just remember that it can be tricky working in public spaces like this. All it takes is one barking dog or sharp-eyed passerby, and suddenly the whole town is on you. So, what's next for you? Good. I may be skeptical about this heist for a legendary vault that Quen thinks will bring us all together, but I'm willing to see how things play out. Anyway, you should head back to the Thieves' Den and let her know how you did. I'm on my way back to the Thieves' Den. I want to get these notes to Quen and see just what kind of miraculous ancient treasure she thinks they'll point us to. Look, our gangs are too small to stand up to the Koldane Cartel individually, so Basil convinced us there was safety in numbers, calling in Quen and proposing to form a Thieves Guild. As your very question suggests, none of us see eye to eye. Celine is a noble. She doesn't need to steal. This is all just an amusement to her. She never had to sneak an apple from a cart or bread from a basket to curb her hunger. I like Celine. I admire her father. But they should leave the thieving to us. That's simple. I don't trust her. Abrasia boasts about living free, but she's a bloody-handed robber with a short attention span. The moment she gets bored, someone gets hurt. I'll work with her if I must, but I won't turn my back on her. Not ever. Obviously, we're trying to work together, but it will never last. How can it? The Street Hawks and the Road Sworn are too different, and House Minot treats our livelihood as a game. Quen's intentions may be good, but trust needs to be earned. The same way 100 other orphans in the streets did, I suppose. I was hungry and needed something to eat. Still, I guess something my parents taught me before the flu took them stuck. Because I always felt bad about stealing stuff. Whenever I could, I tried to balance the scales. Do a small favor for someone if I couldn't pay. Sweep up at closing or keep the other street rats away. It taught me the value of making friends. I teach my street hawks to do the same.
Good boy,
The guild has need of you, comrade.
Now run home and stay out of trouble.
Have you heard that King Valorian has returned?
The Koldane Cartel is a problem. We need to hit them first.
I'm not going to get street hawks killed because you want to fight.
We're a step ahead of Koldane. Why engage when we can just let him chase us?
And hope the cartel goes away? That's as useless as fighting.
Quarreling is getting us nowhere. Our friend's back. I need a word, partner. Despite the argument you just witnessed, the gang leaders were impressed with your work out there. So far, you show all the signs of being an exemplary thief. We're lucky to have you. Now, I want your perspective. How did things go today? Celine was very proud of what happened at the bank. I have an idea about that key, but what you and Abrasia uncovered at Illisan Tower, we need to talk to that Lion Guard prisoner. What about the research from the Mages Guild? It will take some time for me to go over the notes with Basil. He's the closest thing we have to an expert on Librarian Henard and Sage Voernet. Hopefully, though, what we need is in that research. Basil says that everything he's ever heard or read about the Nowhere Vault is that it requires special keys to open. Nowhere keys. I think this may be one of them. Hopefully, the Codex can tell us more. Now, one more thing, but we can't talk here. Let's step outside for a moment so we can speak privately, partner. The next chamber should do. We'll continue this there. There you are. Now that we have some privacy, let's talk.
What can we learn today?
We made progress with the puzzles we set out to solve, and that's good. But I also wanted you to meet Celine, Abrasia, and Edwayne. To work with them and get a sense of who they are. So let's not overlook the most important task you accomplished today. You engaged all 3 gang leaders to work toward a common goal. And better yet, you won their trust with your skill and discretion. Thanks to you, we're finally on the path to forging the Daggerfall Thieves Guild. Here, your cut from today's take. You did everything I asked and more, but I'm still worried. The Koldane Cartel is not only seeking to take control of the Glenumbra underworld, they're after our prize. Now that our gang leaders are engaged, it's time to formulate a new plan. It's clear we need more information about Librarian Hennard and his research into the Codex. I also think we should speak with his cartel prisoner, Quen. So let's see what Celine, Abrasia, and Edwayne suggest. Call it a test. We won't be here to aid them forever. Time to see if our leaders can put aside their rivalries and start acting like a guild. If we can show Glenumbra's thieves what they can accomplish when they work together, the sky's the limit. Can you help me? The 3 gang leaders are in the map room, arguing again. Join the discussion and see if you can get them to agree on whether we should pursue the Librarian or the captured cartel thug next. And take Librarian Hennard's research. You may need it. You're missing the point. It doesn't matter what I think. We need to see if the 3 gang leaders can figure out a strategy on their own. Stop arguing long enough to actually agree on something, perhaps. If they can't, there won't be a guild. Me? No, this is going to be a Thieves Guild for Daggerfall. It needs one of them to step up and lead it. Let's help them learn to get along first, and maybe keep them from getting crushed by the Koldane Cartel. Then, we figure out the rest.
Someone knows more about the Nowhere Key. We can make inquiries.
And announce to the world that we have it?
So, use the key to draw out Koldane. He's the real problem.
Listen, it's the librarian that's important. Oh, curse it all. Friend, a word. The gang leaders, my daughter included, refuse to see the obvious, and it's infuriating. Librarian Hennard was the foremost scholar of his day on Sage Voernet. Anyone chasing the Nowhere Vault as long as I have knows that. Oh, a couple of 100 years ago, give or take. But that single journal from the Mages Guild is only a fraction of Hennard's work. I think there's more to be found in his old home, Dresden Keep. My own research found mentions of a hidden library in the ruins. If Hennard concealed anything about Sage Voernet, it would be there. I offered the suggestion, but no one pays me any mind. They might listen if you bring the idea to Quen, though.
We're arguing in circles. Let's pause and take stock, partner. We have a key, but no idea where to find its lock. A codex we can't read. Enemies who want us out of the way. And a distinct shortage of real plans on what to do next. If you have a suggestion, partner, we'd all love to hear it. A hidden library? It could contain more of Librarian Hennard's research into Sage Voernet. I'd like to know what else he recorded about the Nowhere Vault, or the Codex Voernet. Of course, we'll have to overcome one major obstacle. Finding something that's been hidden in a ruined keep since who knows when won't be simple. I think I'll tag along, and Abrasia too, if she's willing. That leaves the question of the cartel prisoner at Lion Guard Redoubt. Good. Edwayne and Celine can assist you there, but you should take the lead in questioning the cartel prisoner. This Quen might be more willing to talk if he's approached by someone he doesn't know. Celine, Edwayne, Abrasia, what do you say?
A sound plan. Happy to do my part.
I generally try to avoid prisons, but I suppose I can make an exception.
All right. If you both agree, I do too.
And I can speak with some contacts of mine about nowhere keys while the rest of you are busy.
I know my father put the idea of Dresden Keep in your head. I've heard him mention Henard's writings on the legend of Sage Voernet on more than one occasion. I rather wish I were going to the Keep with you, my dear. I don't? Thank you. But I do love a good puzzle. And the mystery of a secret library is exactly the sort of treasure hunting puzzle I delight in. Still, Edwayne will need me. Dealing with the Lion Guard will require deception. To help you? Certainly. We might not have much in common, but the Koldane Cartel threatens House Menant as well as Edwayne's Street Hawks. The very point of forming a guild is for thieves to combine forces and work together to solve shared problems. Good hunting.
Very clever, friend. I'm not sure if that was your plan, Quen's plan, or Basil's plan, but you laid it out well. Having us work together on different tasks gives us less opportunity to snipe at each other. Plus, I'll get to demonstrate my skills. Of course. Oh, Abrasia's tough and Celine's smart, but I grew up on the streets of Daggerfall. I've been thieving since the day I was born. No one beats me to a prize. And I'm not about to let the other gang leaders outdo me now. I have some doubts. If Cogwin's stupid, he won't know anything useful. If he's smart, he won't want to betray Gavin Koldane. And there's the question of how we get to him while he's in a Lion Guard cell. Hope you're up for a challenge.
Finally. We might be wasting our time at Dresden Keep, but it's better than standing around talking until the sun goes down. At least this plan of yours means I'm not shackled to Edwayne or Celine. I do better on my own anyway. Have you seen the other gang leaders? They don't know what it's like to be hunted, hurt, alone. I learned from the hardest teacher of all, desperation. And I survived. I'll root around empty ruins all day long just to avoid this incessant arguing. People have been looking for the Nowhere Vault for ages. If Henard knew anything, why didn't he go loot it? We find something, great. It's a feather in our caps. But I put my trust in a good steel blade, not dusty old books. We're not going to find something in Dresden Keep standing around here. Let's be on our way.
Just so. Go on, partner. Abrasia and I will meet you there.
And I'll be waiting at the Lion Guard redoubt with Celine.
Over here, outlaw. I've been hard at work while you dawdled on the road.
I certainly didn't dawdle. Did you find anything?
Just a lot of ruins and cultists so far. No sign of a hidden library sitting out in plain sight, so I figured I'd better wait for the two of you. Besides, I wanted witnesses for when I find whatever it is we're looking for here. Not much above ground survived intact, but most old keeps like this have cellars and dungeons. My guess is, if your hidden library exists, it's somewhere under our feet. We should look for a way down. What do I know about libraries and ruins? Need to pilfer a merchant caravan? I'm your thief. But ruins? I guess we should search around whatever's left of the keep, and see if anything looks unusual, out of place. Lead the way, outlaw.
I hoped we'd find stairs down, but any access ways in this tower were buried under rubble long ago.
If they want to fight, let's give them.
Avoid this!
Don't they ever learn?
Let's get this over with swiftly!
Trouble here. Watch out.
Only fight if we must!
Wasting time is an important part of life.
These idiots are late. Too bad
Be
for
careful!
them.
That's not why we're here!
The crypt entrance collapsed. We'll never get through that rubble. Trouble here. Watch out.
Only fight if we must! What about that old well? Let's take a look.
See anything down there? Jump in, and we'll follow. Probably.
Was a lot farther than I expected.
At least we landed in deep water. I expected we'd hit rocks. I think there's something strange about this stone table. Lots of books here. This what we're looking for?
Maybe it's got something to do with those books you found, partner. Something about finding answers in Yvierry's works.
Yvierry. All right. Okay.
No Yvierry here. Do you see any, partner?
hear that? This gate just unlocked itself.
It can't be that simple, can it? Over here, partner.
Definitely those Yvierry books. But maybe the order matters. Is that a door?
Oh, this definitely looks promising.
If by promising you mean old and musty, sure, it's promising.
Intruders come to try the Master's puzzles after all this time. No, no, mustn't talk to them inside, no.
Enhanced hidden library. We should look... Oh, there's someone here.
That's a Daedra. What's it doing here?
Mustn't talk to strange mortals, no.
But it has been such a long time since Syax talked to anybody. Who are you? Why are you here? No! Syax did not say that! He does not want to know! Syax is bound to the service of the great mage Henard. No, he is not. He admits no such thing. But the items preserved here are for the Mages Guild alone. Master Henard told Syax so. What does the strange mortal want? The strange mortal comes from the Mages Guild? Is it possible? Syax has so much to show you. Master Henard preserved his writings and relics for you. But enemies attacked the keep, and Syax had to shut the door to wait for you. 3 puzzles wait in this chamber. The strange mortal must solve them. Master Henard wanted to be sure that only a worthy mage gained these treasures. Syax cannot solve the puzzles for you. Oh, the greatest of all treasures, knowledge. It is protected by magical locks in the chest, the statue, and the table. Syax cannot open the locks for you, but he can offer hints and show you the Master's journal. Here. The statue hears nothing you say, but it observes everything you do.
Huh. I think that's a statue of Sage Voernet. I have an idea if you need help. Never liked statues. I feel like they're judging me. This one in particular seems like he's waiting for something. The plaque hints at appreciating the artist. That gives me an idea. Well, the plaque mentions song and dance on the same line as appreciate the artist. So maybe we're supposed to perform for the statue. I'm just guessing, but it seems right to me. Go ahead, outlaw. Dance. Wonderful. I didn't think you'd really do it. That was hilarious. I had no idea you were so light on your feet. But as much as I'd like to see that again, I guess you didn't impress old Stoneface here. Good question. If you couldn't get the statue to notice you after that, dancing clearly isn't the answer. But I do believe we're supposed to do something here that involves performance or appreciation. Your turn. Any ideas? Slow swaying and sweet nothings aren't my style. I'll show you what I like later. Maybe. We still have work to do here. Huh. What if we're supposed to show our appreciation? You could clap or bow, or maybe romantic is right. Blow it a kiss. Sorry, outlaw. Stoneface looks like he's just not interested. Try again. That was hilarious. I had no idea you were so light on your feet. But as much as I'd like to see that again, I guess you didn't impress old Stoneface here. Good question. If you couldn't get the statue to notice you after that, dancing clearly isn't the answer. But I do believe we're supposed to do something here that involves performance or appreciation. Your turn. Any ideas? As entertaining as that would be, I've got a feeling we might be on the wrong path. What if we're not supposed to do something the statue appreciates, but show our appreciation instead? You could try applauding, or bowing, or maybe blow it a kiss. That was it.
I
Wait.
greet you, scholar. All the knowledge I amassed now resides within my vault. And many other treasures, too. My vault is not within this world, but the door can be summoned with my nowhere keys. In my codex, you will find the place and the rite.
A message from Voernet. It sounds like to reach his vault, we need to use the nowhere key to summon the door. Somehow.
Choose potions and mix them in the goblet. Something will be revealed when you drink. But heed Sage Voernet's words. Choose potions and mix them in the goblet. Something will be revealed when you drink. But heed Sage Voernet's words. Master Henard despises thieves, and anyone too skilled at lockpicking must be a thief.
A chest? Protected by some devious lock, no doubt. I don't understand. How does this test know if we toil for a just cause?
Ooh, what's that? Happened? You picked that lock, I saw it. There must be a trick.
eyes are glowing. What do you see? The Thieves' Moon. Of all the treasure in Sage Voernet's vault, that's got to be the goal of our heist.
Just opened, but you failed. Unless that was it. You needed to fail to pass the test.
This lens is exactly what we need to decipher the Codex Caper. I think so. Let's be on our... Wait, what's that?
The thieves are already here! Get them!
Cartel, they must have followed us. I like a good fight as much as the next outlaw, when I start them. Let's talk. We led those Koldane thugs here. Or they came looking for the library, and we opened the door for them. Either way, I feel stupid. I hate feeling stupid. Should have known the cartel would be a problem. Me neither. And Quen's watching like a hawk, because Captain Sansonne's on her trail. So, they didn't follow us. That means the cartel came to Dress and Keep for the same reason we did. To find out what Henard knew about the Codex and the Vault. We've got Henard's lens, and you got the book about the Thieves' Moon, so the cartel won't get that. But if someone claps for that statue, it's going to tell them the Nowhere Vault isn't in our world, and they need a Nowhere key to open it. You'd better get to Lion Guard Redoubt and find out what their cartel prisoner knows about Koldane's plans. As I see it, Koldane can't get to the vault unless he takes what he needs from us. If we're not ready for him, too bad for us.
Go on, partner. Get to the Lion Guard Fort. Abrasia and I will wait for you in the Thieves' Den.
Over here, friend. I've been waiting for you. I hope the undead around here didn't give you any trouble. I've heard about events around Camlorn, but I had no idea it was this bad. I'm happy to say our work today is inside the fort, not outside. Ready to stroll into a Lion Guard camp? Celine's here. She went to look around. I assume she'll be back soon, but I'm not sure we should wait. We need to get in, talk to Quen, and pocket anything else that might help us against the cartel. Lion Guard are knights and soldiers, not city guards. Be careful if you've got a bounty on your head. Otherwise, you can go anywhere except the dungeon below the old tower. It's restricted. Naturally, that's where they're holding Quen. That's the question. I overheard some knights talking. Apparently, Captain Sansonne has commandeered the place for his special investigation. I wasn't aware that Sansonne was investigating both Quen and the cartel, so we learned something new. Not right now. He's off investigating, I guess. We need to get past the knights at the door to reach Quen. Distract them, maybe, or talk our way inside. We don't want to fight a camp full of soldiers. Take this somnol powder if you need it.
That's not a bad plan, my dears. But I have a better one. I'm sure Edwayne explained our challenge with getting into the camp's restricted tower. But the wonderful thing about soldiers is they expect everyone to be in uniform. If we dress the part, we should have no trouble. You'll need to do what I did. Steal one. Look for chests or trunks around the encampment, but try not to get caught. I am confident that if we are disguised as Lion Guard soldiers, we can avoid any nasty occurrences, including unnecessary violence.
Playing dress-up, Celine? You'll have a hard time explaining yourself when you get caught.
Nonsense. It's simply a matter of projecting confidence, dears.
tower's ahead, just past the training dummies. Be careful of the guard.
See the big tent in the middle of the camp? That's where I found this uniform.
I don't believe it! The hero of Glenumbra! You defeated Angoff and Falchu! This is a true honor. What brings you here? Oh, of course! It must be something very important. Hush, hush, I understand. Go on in, and never fear. I won't say a word. I can't believe it. I'm talking with the hero of Glenumbra. I don't believe it. The hero of Glenumbra.
Hey! You're not supposed to be in here. This tower is...
Couldn't let them raise an alarm. They'll wake up with a headache soon enough. So let's get moving.
Let it sit with you.
Lots of papers around
Novel
here.
erudition always
might be
makes
interesting.
me heady.
You should take a look.
Can't a fellow just rot away in peace?
That must be who we're looking for. You question him, I'll keep watch.
You're no Lion Guard. What are you doing here? Did Koldane send you here to get me out? Ah, you're not one of Sansonne's, are you? The Lion Guard doesn't know about any of that. All the captain wants is proof that Koldane's corrupt. Working with enemies of the crown. Whatever. Who are you, anyway? I don't think you understand my situation. If I set 1 foot out of this cell before Koldane arranges it, he'll know I talked. It ain't worth my life. A story about a magical book and fantastic treasure? Koldane thought Yvierry was trying to renege on his debt. But he checked, and became convinced everything Yvierry told him was true. He's gotta be furious at the thieves who stole that book. How should I know? I've been in this cell for days. And even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. A few years in the King's jail are a lot less scary than what Koldane will do to me if I spill his secrets. Now get lost. Get back, of course. Koldane knows Basil Menand is interested in the Codex Voernet. He's already got people watching that old burglar. If he was behind the Yvierry Estate job, you can bet Koldane's going to teach him a lesson. Now, we done here?
Are we done here? It's time for us to be on our way. Nice work getting into this place. I decided to remain outside and keep watch. Perhaps misdirect anyone who looked like they might interrupt you, or at least warn you if I couldn't. Consider this your warning. There's a nosy Lion Guard lieutenant who started asking questions about strangers in camp and reports of pilfered uniforms. She'll work her way down here sooner or later. Did you learn anything important? What? That's terrible! We must warn my father at once. He planned to stop at a Menand hideout in a cave near Dellen's mill. I'm not sure we can reach him in time. Yet perhaps the Lion Guard could. The Lion Guard almost certainly has forces close to Dellen's mill, and they have magical means of sending word in emergencies. But we can't risk being delayed in long explanations here. What should we do? Thank you, my dear. Look for Lieutenant Renoir and tell her that Lord Manon is in danger. The Lion Guard's more likely to take you seriously if they think a noble is in harm's way. I must go.
Do what you must, friend. We'll meet you at the mill.
Look for a cave south of the mill. We'll see you there!
What is it?
I know you, hero. You helped the Lion Guard before. I'm glad to see you. Something strange is going on around this camp. Do you know anything about it? Lord Menant? Can't say I know him, but I know the Koldane Cartel is trouble. What exactly do you expect me to do about this? Captain Sansonne is in Daggerfall right now. He and his troops are probably not too far from the mill. I can have a message sent, but I'm not sure how I'm going to explain all this. All right, I'll help. I don't know what kind of skullduggery you've been up to, but the Lion Guard has been looking for a chance to catch the Koldane Cartel involved in something more nefarious than smuggling. I hope this tip pays off.
Ah, very nice. Good to settle my old bones for a bit. If we must.
This isn't over! Father! We need to help him!
Celine, no! Wait for us!
Circle around!
Hold on, Father! I'm here!
Death with the lightning!
Move to play!
Enough! Red! Fang and claw, my friend! Go around!
Over here, friend.
Father!
I must tell you. Quickly, friend. The Lion Guard's going to start asking questions at any moment. I found one. Another nowhere key. A noble from Camlorn had it in his collection. I was bringing it back to the thieves' den, but Koldane and his thugs ambushed me. They took the key. Then the Lion Guard showed up. I'll survive, friend. The King's Knight saved my life. Talk to their captain. Maybe he can help us against Koldane. Now, I need to speak with my daughter. Don't fret over me. It's not as bad as it looks.
It looks rather bad to me. Lie still. Let me have a look.
Damn that Koldane. Tend to your father, Celine. Don't worry about us.
What? Damn werewolves! Lieutenant Renoir sent word I'd find Koldane's thugs here, but I didn't expect werewolves. Or the hero who defeated Faulchu. I recognize you now. But taking up with thieves? Are you the one who alerted us to this situation? I'm sorry we didn't arrive in time to stop Koldane from robbing Lord Menand. Thought he'd killed him for a moment there. It's been a bad few days for Daggerfall nobles. First Yvierry murdered, now this attack on Menand. How are you involved? I won't ask how you know that, but I'm inclined to believe you. Still, I'm not stupid. I know perfectly well the Menants are not your typical aristocrats. And I saw Edwayne the Hawk here. You and your associates are criminals. That is a fair point. You saw what we're up against. Koldane and his cartel are a threat to the realm. They've got a stranglehold on every merchant or guild in High Rock, and they'll kill anyone in their way. They're the problem, not you. The Lion Guard working with thieves? I don't know. We can handle Koldane and his thugs, werewolves or not. But we lack information. If your people were willing to help us... As a token of good faith, I'll take care of any bounty on your head.
You should return to the Thieves' Den. We need to tell Abrasia and Quen what happened here as soon as possible. I'll look after my father. He's unconscious, but I think we got here in time. Still, I fear his recovery will not be an easy one. Father will not be back on his feet anytime soon, so we must carry on without him. Indeed. Finding the Nowhere Vault is my father's lifelong dream. We cannot let Gavin Koldane beat us to it now. Be on your way, dear. My father and I will join you in the den just as soon as I can properly tend to his wounds.
Thank you, Edwayne. I can't believe what the Koldane Cartel did. Poor Basil.
I warned you. Oh, hey, Outlaw. If you found anything, place it on the table.
I hope this was all worth it. Let's talk about what we've learned, partner. I can't bear the thought of how close we came to losing Basil today. But his dream of finding the Nowhere Vault is finally within reach. We have the Codex Voernet, and with Henard's lens, we can actually read it. It's rather dense, and even with the lens, it's slow going. There are definitely references to the Nowhere Vault, the Nowhere Keys, and the Thieves' Moon. I'm still trying to make sense of it all, but I want to know what you're thinking, partner. The same Captain Sansonne who's hounded my steps throughout Glenumbra? I think we have enough troubles already without asking the Lion Guard to toss us in their dungeons. Besides, why would Sansonne help us? I certainly am. Still, the enemy of my enemy might be my friend. I'll need to think about that. At least our gang leaders have started to work together, to cooperate. Maybe there's hope for this new Thieves Guild yet. That remains to be seen. We haven't found the Nowhere Vault yet. Still, we're a lot closer to our goal, thanks to Basil and your work at Dress and Keep. And now we know what we're up against with the Koldane Cartel. Here, partner, you earned this.
Basil? You're back.
Father needs to rest. This seemed like the safest spot.